Thank you very much for the opportunity. I want to thank the forum members for your active civic participation. You're all role models for everyone in the community. I really do appreciate the opportunity to be here. So what I'd like to do in my 7 minutes is tell you first a little bit about myself, perhaps reintroducing myself to some of you, but hopefully introducing myself to some of you that I've not had the chance to meet. And then secondly, I'd like to talk a little bit about recent legislation, the 2007 and 2008 legislative sessions, and then finally talk about some of the future or issues that, should I be reelected, that I would like to focus on and I think are critical as we move forward in the state of Oregon. So first, I went to school in the Bay Area. I earned an undergraduate degree from UC Berkeley, go Bears. I got a master's degree from San Francisco State University, and I'm currently enrolled in a doctoral program at Portland State University in the School of Urban and Public Affairs. I also, in 1993, was hired by Portland Community College Sylvania campus, which is actually in the district that I represent, to direct the speech and debate program there. And this is a program that I did not control that either. For 10 years, I directed that speech and debate program. And this is a program, some of you might know the speech and debate. It often attracts very energetic, often very smart students. And these were students who were very successful. We won 4 national debate championships. And these students would come back to me and they would say, you know, Mr. Galizio, I really appreciate the opportunity. Now I make more in 3 months than you make in an entire year. The debate program was very successful. So it was a little depressing, but it was also very inspirational. Unfortunately, because of the budget cuts down in Salem that we'd seen for years, that program was completely eliminated. And to me, that was sort of emblematic of what was wrong with the state of Oregon. We all know we need a skilled, educated workforce. We need research and development. We need a public education system that works. So in 2004, I threw my hat in the ring and knocked on 7,000 doors. I think the best way to get the pulse of people is to actually talk with them face to face. So I did, and I was elected for the first time in 2004. So I've served 2 sessions. Well, actually 3 if you count the 2008 special session. So just briefly, a little bit about some things that I worked on specifically in the 07 and 08 sessions. A lot depends on what committees you serve on. And I was honored to be the chair of the committee that did all the public education budgets in the 2007 session. And for the first time in 16 years, on a bipartisan basis, I chaired the committee. We had 10 members of that committee, including myself, senators, representatives, Republicans, and Democrats, all of whom came together and said, we need to significantly reinvest in public education at all levels. We increased Head Start funding by $39 million. Because of that budget, there are 3,200 young Oregonians who now are going to get a Head Start and are going to be ready to learn in K through 12. We also increased our investment in K through 12 education. So we got off the Doonesbury cartoon, and now we have a full school year. Now we still have a long way to go, but we've made these significant investments. And also, higher education is particularly important to me, not because I teach at a community college, because I truly believe that you need research and development. You need to have the new entrepreneurs. You need research and development. You need a skilled, educated workforce. We need computer scientists and engineers. All of you know this is our economic engine. So we increased our investment in higher ed. Unfortunately, Oregon is still one of about 4 or 5 states in this nation that spends more money on prisons than it does on higher education. And that's one of the reasons I'm running again, because I think we can do a lot better. That is not a business plan that works, and spending more money on incarceration than higher education. So I was honored to do that in the last session. Additionally, I worked with now Senator Bonamici on the Consumer Protection Committee. We cracked down on identity theft and also on a lot of the sort of payday loans and a lot of those problematic sort of predatory lenders, and I think we cracked down quite a bit there. Finally, I served on the full Ways and Means Committee. And on the Ways and Means Committee, that's basically where the budgets pass through. And what we did in the last session is part of a program that's happened for the last couple of years where we instituted a philosophy of continuous improvement, a culture of performance-based budgeting that says to each state agency, don't tell us how much money you got last time and then you want more. What are the specific outcomes that you seek, and then how did you perform? And we do quantitative performance-based measurement, and then we allocate the money accordingly, and we're going to continue to do that. So those are some things that I worked on in 07 and 08. We also put 139 more state troopers on the roads, because I think all of us understand that's been a big problem. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about the future, right? Elections are always about the future. What about 2009? Thank you very much. In no particular order, I'd like to mention 4 areas that I'm particularly concerned about. I cannot be comprehensive. There are many areas that we can focus on, but I'd like to talk about 4 things. Number 1, Oregon's transportation infrastructure. We have passed 2 multimodal transportation packages in the last couple of sessions. However, everyone here knows, especially in Washington County, that our transportation infrastructure is horribly problematic. It's not only a public safety concern, see the Selwood Bridge, it's also vital to our economic growth. We need the transportation ability. So you're going to see coming out of the 09 session a transportation package that finally invests in the infrastructure and moves us forward, hopefully literally and figuratively. Second, healthcare. As Representative Greenlick can tell you better than anyone else as chair of the Health Committee, we all know we have about 600,000 Oregonians with no health care, about 100,000 of those being children. So those of us that are fortunate enough to have insurance pay about 130% more than we should to cover the cost for those people that are uninsured. That's something that we're going to try to tackle in the 09 session, and that's really critical. Third, as I said before, we spend more on prisons than higher education. This is problematic. So one of my goals is, again, to reinvest and ask for more accountability, especially at the higher education level. It's the engine of our economy, skilled, educated workforce, research and development. This is what we need. Finally, we need to fix an initiative system that has been colonized by out-of-state interests and has been co-opted by wealthy, moneyed interests, both in and out of the state, people like Lauren Parks and their lapdog, Bill Sizemore. I think what we have to do with the initiative system is we have to mend it, not end it. There's some reform that we can do to make it better, and so those are some of my goals. And I really appreciate, again, your active citizen participation and the opportunity. I look forward to answering questions. Thank you.